I've been talking about digital preparedness even before I've created this channel. Over the years, I've went over a lot of aspects of digital preparedness, like managing your passwords, the differences between archiving and backing up your data, even drones being a great preparedness item, and even going over certain cybersecurity issues that have affected us in our world today. With all that being said, I honestly am not sure if people really understand what digital preparedness actually is. Let's change that now. This is the Digital Prepper, and today we're going to be talking about what exactly is digital preparedness and why you need to add this mindset to your preparedness plans. Before we get started, I just want to thank Rogue Preparedness for inviting me to participate in the 30 Days of Preparedness collab for National Preparedness Month. Please take some time after this video to take a look at all of the other amazing preppers in the playlist and in the description below. With that being said, let's get started. Now, to even talk about digital preparedness, we need to talk about 5 major pillars that, in my personal and professional opinion, make up what digital preparedness actually is. Those pillars are security, cyber hygiene, digital literacy, backups, and resilience. Now, yes, people are going to say that there are other things as well, like different physical technologies and devices to use, but for now, let's stick to the fundamental basics. Let's start with security. I would personally define this as protecting your personal information, such as your internet passwords, credit card numbers, social security numbers, or any other personally identifiable information, as well as securing your physical devices, like your phones or personal computers. There are many ways to secure this information and your devices, and we can start by not using easily guessed words or phrases such as your birthday or your pet's name as your passwords. Instead, use a combination of lower and uppercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Next, you need to enable two-factor authentication or 2FA on all of your accounts that you are able to, as this adds an additional layer of security to your accounts to prevent bad actors from getting access. Finally, be careful about what information you share online. Avoid sharing personal information such as your address, phone number, or date of birth on social media or other public websites. Only share this information with trusted sources, or better yet, don't share it at all if you can. The next pillar we're going to be talking about is cyber hygiene. And for that, I'm going to give you something to think about. Imagine that your computer or whatever internet-connected device you're using is your body. Cyber hygiene is similar to taking care of your body by eating healthy, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. Just as good physical hygiene can help you stay healthy and avoid diseases, good cyber hygiene practices like keeping your device's software up to date or using a firewall or antivirus can help you protect your computer or device from malware and other cyber threats. It's also important to remember that cyber hygiene, just like normal hygiene, is not a one-time thing. It is something that you need to practice on a regular basis in order to stay safe online. Digital literacy is probably one of the most complex pillars to fully understand. To start off simple, I think the simplest way to explain this pillar is having the ability to find, understand, evaluate, create, and communicate information using digital technology. So this means being able to not only find information online, but evaluating the credibility of all of these online sources is extremely important, especially if you're wanting to share that information with others. It's very easy in this day and age to share misinformation with people, and it is up to us to verify that our information that we collected is correct before sharing it. With that being said, it's also important to keep yourself aware of important events going on nowadays, as bad actors have been able to worm their way into a lot of our critical central infrastructure. Just take a look at my videos on the attacks on water treatment facilities worldwide, attacks on US government systems, and even the whole colonial pipeline scare. Digital literacy skills are important for everyone, regardless of your age or occupation, and if you don't know how to start, that's okay. Reach out to someone who may be a little bit more tech literate, or if you want, even reach out to me if you have any questions on digital preparedness. Having backups is honestly the most simple thing that you can do right now. And honestly, it's the most important of all of these pillars. Again, I say do this right now. It's important to have backups of your important files in case your computer or device is lost or damaged. These days, it's easy. You can use hard drives or network-attached storage, aka NAS, devices if you want to keep your files local, or you can use the myriad of cloud-based storage options that are out there. Now, there's good and bad with both. With the local storage, you do have to worry about keeping it maintained, and if something happens to it, it could be gone forever. You can help protect against this by buying more robust storage options like the ones that I've reviewed in the past from IOSafe. These have waterproofing and fireproofing options for an additional cost. Cloud-based storage options are user-friendly and can even be automated to send your important files to a secure server owned by that company. And most of the time, they have the money to have redundant options so that if something happens on their end, your data isn't lost. However, one of the major issues with this is that you have to trust that company to keep your data safe and secure. One data breach and your files, along with whatever other information that you've had to give to the company, like billing information, can be taken by bad actors. I'd recommend thinking of investing in both kinds of options just so that you don't have all of your eggs in one basket. With that being said, let's move on to our final pillar, resilience. Resilience is the final pillar of digital preparedness that we're going to be talking about. But ironically, it's honestly one of the first things that you should actually think about in terms of digital preparedness. Now, we've all been there. We've seen an email that's been sent to us, supposedly by our bank or from some shopping site, and we unknowingly clicked on a malicious link. That link would have taken us to a website that would have installed malicious software on our computer, but what if we could have avoided this entirely with just a little bit of perception and 5 minutes of work? These are the kinds of questions we ask when we think about resilience. It's simply the ability to protect yourself from cyber threats, recover from cyber attacks, and learn from your mistakes. Because cyber threats are becoming more common and sophisticated, it's important to be able to take a proactive approach to your digital preparedness, and honestly, it's also important to be mentally prepared for cyber attacks. They may happen to you, but because you've already prepared beforehand, you can either mitigate or even deflect the attack entirely. For example, some companies do have data breaches happen to them. However, if you've already had a strong password and two-factor authentication enabled on the account in question, even if a bad actor were to have your username and password, they would be unable to get into your account due to the two-factor authentication for the majority of instances. But be aware that in your journey to increasing your digital preparedness, you will never be completely immune to cyber attacks. But by following these tips, you can make it more difficult for attackers to succeed. To wrap things up, digital preparedness is the ability to protect yourself, your devices, and your data from cybersecurity threats. It is important to have a strong understanding of these 5 pillars of digital preparedness, and now that you have the knowledge, you can take steps right now to improve your digital preparedness and protect yourself from cyber attacks. I encourage you to take some time today to review your digital preparedness practices. Make sure you have strong passwords and 2-factor authentication enabled on all of your accounts, back up your important files regularly, and keep your device's software up to date. Also, be mindful of the information that you share online, and be careful about clicking on links in emails or websites. By taking just these simple general steps and recognizing the importance of digital preparedness in this technological society we live in today, you can help to protect yourself and your loved ones from these evolving threats. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to get more videos like this that will help you with your digital preparedness. If you have any ideas for more videos or just want to share your experiences with prepping, please leave a comment down below. Always remember to stay safe, stay prepared, more digital prepping to come.